Hello, good morning everybody. I hope you can hear my voice and also see my screen. So today is 5th of May. Let's see what we have for the day. So we'll start off with whatever is on our screen. We have the currency strength meter. Let's see what it means here. Just a second, let me delete this. So as I'm speaking now, we have Canadian dollars the strongest, and then we have the Australian dollars the next strongest. Canadian dollar is the strongest here, then Australian dollar, and then we have euro, then we have Swiss franc as the most weakest. So today we are going to trade a combination of this and this. We are going to look at either the Canadian dollar or euro or Canadian dollar and Swiss franc, or Australian dollar and euro, or Australian dollar and Swiss franc. So that's the best combination you have to trade today. So that's based on the strength meter. For the trend, we have NZD card, we have a very good downtrend, and then there is no other chart where there's a good trend here other than this one only. So today we'll use the strength meter for trading. We move forward. Let's see what we have on the individual symbols. We have Euro USD. This is downwards, and we scale down to lesser time frame. You can see that the price basically there were some shapes which were there previously. There's a continuation up, then there's that move down, then you have a minor, this is like an inverted flag formation. There's a continuation downwards, and then you have this. So following the break below this shape formation, we actually expect price to continue to the low side. So as long as the price remains below that level, expect it to continue to the low side. Basically, you need to just wait for some slight pull up to the upper side, then you pick a low sell position with your stop loss above the highest high, with today's highest high somewhere around this point. So as it is now, Euro USD is a sell. Expect that sell to take price up to this point. Of course, we do have a resistance here with the price as support. This level, the price must first of all break clearly below it. We had a resistance, a resistance, a resistance. There was this break, then we had a retracement, continuation. The price has come back to the same place. So the price first of all needs to break below 1.08864. If the current 30 minutes chart can close below this point, then that would be a good indication that we are continuing downwards, and we may see price proceed downwards maybe up to this point. So if you're on this chart now, you better be expecting a sell. Expect price to give us a good sell position. Wait for maybe a pullback, a break below the level which I've mentioned, then a pullback before we can continue to the lower side. So let's see what we have next. GBPSD is still downwards. So on this chart we had some good shape. We had this look like a very good trend line which I've just mentioned. So this means we are still continuing to the upper side. So if you're on this chart now, you better be looking for buy positions. You actually are supposed to wait for price to pull back up to the zone which I'm drawing. Expect price to pull back up to this point. If the current day's candle can come back down up to this point, then this will give us the correct place we want to pick a buy from. So let's see what we have on the next symbol. Brent oil, SP500. SP500 is recovering to the upper side. we are seeing price continue to move upwards, and as it is now, this is somehow very much bullish. So we had, let's see if this makes sense. It doesn't make a good sense. So I thought this could be a very good support, a support, but as you can see, we are actually forcing the one in between. If we take the first two, this looks okay, but if we try to attach the other one, this becomes like a force. So we are trying to force the middle one to fit in between, which should not be the case. So I'll delete that. Sorry. We had as resistance here. We took a buy here previously. We had a buy from that point. Then we also had a buy from this point. We took a buy, the first buy after the break above, then the next buy, and then the third buy was this one. Then we also had a resistance here. So basically we did take a buy previously. You can remember I recommended a buy when the price was somewhere here after the break above. There was this retracement. Then I said this was a buy, but when the price came back, it actually gapped below that point. So this invalidated the buy which I mentioned. But if you can remember properly, I mentioned that this was still a buy as long as the price did not close below this point. So if you bought it here and you had your stop loss below this point, you actually are supposed to keep holding on to that trade. So expect price to proceed much higher, expect it to go higher, expect it to break beyond this level, then a trace back before you see a continuation to the upper side. So this should be the resistance, a very, very good resistance, which means we're supposed to look for a buy. When the price goes beyond a retracement, we pick a buy, expect that buy to take price up to 2966.6. So let's see what we have on our last symbol. We look at gold. Gold, we had some shape formation. We had a contracting edge formation. And so far we've seen price go up to the support which you mentioned. This was last week. We had a good buy from this point. This week we expect price to extend upwards up to somewhere around the zone which I'm going to color, somewhere around this point, so that we take a sell. So if you took a buy here, expect